Nice quick switch there, because we're straight back on with things again. Relegation still going on. Optimus Gang, though, after losing there to the Puppies, they're only on one win so far, Toli. They need the second win against Novus Orsa. Novus Orsa are definitely out, but we still have potential of a three-way tie. But first of all, Optimus Gang have to beat Novus Orsa.
Absolutely. Once we take a look here at the schedule, we're going to see this game is going to be Novus Orsa against Optimus Gang. We're going to have another game, though, after this. Match number 6 of the day, Sanguine against the Poppies. That could be do or die for both Sanguine and Optimus Gang.
That's correct. So right now, everybody is still in contention other than Novus Orsa. Optimus Gang need to find the win here, though, to give them the 2-1. Poppies have won 2 games so far, but they can still knock out Sanguine, because if Sanguine beat Poppies, then we get a 3-way tie, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. So the last 2 games do matter. We're going to go straight into this one now and see if Optimus Gang can find the win that they need here to make sure they're in contention for that 3-way tie.
It's never an easy thing to lose 2 games in a row and then have to play the 3rd one. So I'm kind of questioning the mentality out of Novus Orsa.
Sure.
And I'm very heavily favoring Optimus Gang heading into this game, being able to probably take advantage of a lot of the players out of Novus Orsa.
I can agree with that as well. I think Novus, though, will try and put a performance in my eyes just to make sure they try and play to the best standard they can for the sake of competition. At the same time as maybe be party poopers and make sure Optimus Gang don't go to the Pro League.
There's always that spoiler alert. It doesn't matter at what point in time these players could still show up. They still have a lot of high mechanical skills. This could be a point where Novus Orsa can kind of play whatever they feel comfortable with and then just roll with it.
Fafnir.
Fafnir would be a really great selection for Frezzyy. He loves to play aggressive, and with Optimus Gang not locked. Ooh, okay, they did lock it in.
It's going to be Fafnir there. I mean, he gets through the ban phase. We've seen Fafnir be really dominant and useful. So why not go and pick it up for yourselves now? Make sure Novus Orsa get the secondary option of the support role. More than likely the Terra, the Kepri maybe. But they will go for the Bellona, which is one of the top picks in the solo lane right now. Osiris, the other one that's available, with rather than being banned out.
No, I'm surprised that Novus Orsa elected to go for Terra right off the bat, with Fafnir still being locked in for Optimus Gang. They could have picked it next before the secondary ban phase. A lot of teams don't necessarily run Fafnir, Terra together, even though you could put Terra in that solo lane.
Sure.
You're lacking a lot of physical damage and a lot of other things too, but Osiris being now picked to match that Bellona before the secondary ban phase.
Yeah, definitely. Pick up the Osiris now just so he doesn't get banned away by Novus after that. Thor in the jungle one more time. We've seen a lot of Thor today, Toli. A lot of people going back to him all of a sudden. He's been out of the meta for a while.
I mean, you say that, but at the same time, he's always been in the meta, honestly. He's got the global presence that you need out of a jungler to have that surprise gank potential, not to mention his burst potential, whether he's maxing out his hammer or his Berserker Barrage. It doesn't matter. It's just depending on the enemy matchup if they can stop their Berserker Barrage or not.
Well, Axioz is going to go back in the jungle for Novus today on Hun Batz once again. I think that's at least two games on Hun Batz so far today. He's not looked great in the jungle, Axioz, for me. He's looked a little bit off-center, whether he wanted to play his style or not. It's just not going his way so far. He was in the solo lane previously, is where we've seen him. Now in the jungle, it's not really working.
No, not quite yet. He hasn't been able to adapt to a lot of the aggression that these teams are throwing at them, and not able to really bounce back with the necessary farm. And that's also not only hurt him, but it's also hurt out ShadowNightmare to be able to survive in these team fights. And Optimus Gang taking a shot at ShadowNightmare, banning away the Zhonghui despite a lackluster performance, I would say, out of that god.
Yeah, well, we'll see what it could do, because to be fair, Zhonghui's not very good against Osiris anyway, because it has a few issues against Osiris, just because the tether reduces your damage output anyway, and you can stick to him pretty well, slow him down, keep him CC'd up. But it did allow Novus to get their priority Hunter pick with the Medusa. Jing back in the mix again. People have been talking about whether she's going to be viable. Now she's had a couple of balance adjustments to bring her back in line, and we're going to get to see her.
That physical power buff after you used agility, after the persistent gust, is why some teams and players have been executing the Jing a little bit more frequently. But I like the Poseidon pick from Optimus Gang with the cripple. Going to stop the combination out of Terra.
Definitely, we'll see what can happen for Novus Orsa here. Optimus Gang, definitely, they're the ones that need the win, though. They find the win here, they guarantee themselves at least a 3-way tie at worst, which keeps them in contention for going to the Pro League. Novus Orsa, different story. They are out, but they're playing for pride.
Trying to get a 1 win under their belt at least, proving that they're still meant to be here and trying to basically get something rolling heading into the Challenger Circuit. It's going to be quite a while since some of these players have made it to the Challenger Circuit.
Well, Frezzy's starting off with Hog again on the Terra. We've seen this a couple of times so far today. Sunder for Fusify on that Fafnir one more time round, which is the aggressive option. So these seem to be the two supportive options. We see it more often than not right now. at least in relegations for Europe, is Sunders and Hogs are the big choice.
And knowing Fafnir has a lot of objective control, normally you go for the Girdle of Frenzy. You're trying to get a lot of objective control. You're amplifying everybody's attack speed, the power, and their damage towards those objectives, not to mention the AoE Coerce.
You see how Novus Orsa were thinking about trying to make a play mid lane there? I think they were trying to go for a bit of a cheesy start there and go for a 4-man and gank in the mid lane. Instead, going to be just a 3-man pressure onto 2 members in mid who get away back to safety. As on the left-hand side, Novus do strip away the red buff, but Kespainify is going to deny them from being able to steal away the little babies at the purple. Maybe Novus will go for the purple itself. It looks like they will.
They're just going to completely negate it because the Hand of the God wasn't even used for the red buff. Not hitting level 2 quite yet, but as long as they hit 1 minion, hitting level 2 is going to be very easy for FleuryQ and Frezzyy. And negating both the solo and the hunter wave, they've been able to successfully invade a lot of these buffs. But Optimus Gang, they don't really care because they still got some of the buffs from Novus Orsa to take advantage of.
Yeah, they'll steal away the speed and the blue buff from Novus Orsa's side of the jungle, but Novus Orsa did the same thing to them on that right-hand side. And left-hand side is having the same done by Optimus Gang that Novus Orsa just did. You can see that the dual lane for Novus Orsa is trying to put pressure on there and keep the pressure onto Kespainify and deny him from the wave. But Rebound could go down for first blood, and he will do. Sibi and Dzoni back at it again, causing issues for Novus.
Thor, Osiris, 2 very aggressive early game gods. Very difficult to get away from the Axioz. Finding the jump onto DeathPanter is going to be fine once he pops that Trident for the movement speed. But like we mentioned before, Thor with the movement speed and the consistent slows from Sibi on the Osiris, it's very easy to lock down Rebound, and Rebound getting killed again. Sibi.
And that was on the teleport as well, so he'll lose another minion wave there. Surprised they're going into the jungle there, both of the Optimus Gang players on the right-hand side. One should have gone for elementals, the other one should have pushed the tower again. With that teleport being down means that he will lose another wave instead. Rebound's not getting punished as much as he could be. Mid lane though, still pressure.
Still trying to find something. 4-man rotation from Optimus Gang, jumping away his Axioz, but the double tap is good. The wall's even better, cutting off the escape path from ShadowNightmare. 3 early kills from Optimus Gang.
Now Novus Orsa came into this game. They are going down to the Challenger Circuit. They have been relegated. First time ShadowNightmare has been relegated out of the Pro League. He's been very, very close on multiple occasions, but him and the boys today, it's not going to happen for them whatsoever. Optimus Gang, though, still playing here. They need the wins, and Rebound's in trouble again up against Sibi, who's just dominating this lane right now.
And now teleporting back into the wave with the Warrior Tabby, having a huge power spike over the Bellona, 30 physical power and huge mobility to boot. It's going to force out some members from Novus Orsa to still sit in the soul lane, trying to help Rebound basically rebound in the soul lane.
But the thing is, they're all level 4, whereas level 5 for Sibi, and with Dzoni hanging around waiting for the opportunity, it's a 3v2. The bad news is it's the 2 that's winning, and Rebound goes down again. Axioz forced to run away like his life depended on it, which it did. 4-0 Optimus Gang are off to a tear again.
They just can't stop the pressure from Optimus Gang, the global pressure from Thor. Dzoni is showing us why this god is still very strong, no matter if it's season 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Thor, man. Thor all the time, and then you got a bit of Isis coming back into the mix too, but ShadowNightmare this game not had a real chance to do anything with it just yet, taking that early tumble in the mid lane after the rotation from the duo side. Kespainify on the left-hand side, though, is the only one at a disadvantage on Optimus Gang right now. He was pressured 2v1 early on, he's just hit level 5, still a level down on FleuryQ.
Which is no problem for the Jing to be left alone in a 1v2, having that passive, still trying to find something is Dzoni, finding the stun, forcing the Terra's Black, and the Kraken coming out, and that's going to be one dead Frezzyy.
Nobody in position to help him out there whatsoever. Now ShadowNightmare could be in trouble, but Fusify missing the stun, but finds the follow-up. Circle of Protection already on cooldown. Dzoni chasing out ShadowNightmare's Axioz, though, picks up DeathPanter, who was left alone. Only Sibi was there to peel, but Sibi should make him pay as ShadowNightmare falls. Axioz does as well, 7-1, and a speed buff is taken too.
Very clean, 3 for 1, and then more invades to boot. Trying to find some sort of steal here as Rebound, but can't really commit. That's going to be another buff a loss. I think they lost something along the lines of 5 or 6 buffs in 4.5 minutes. 7-1. And things are looking very poorly for Novus Orsa today.
This just started over in the solo lane in the beginning. Rebound falling down for first kill. Then again, the moment he comes back in, 2 quick kills over to the solo lane. And then the pressure on mid is relieved as well then because of that. And it causes so many more problems for the side of Novus Orsa to try and get back in this one.
And it doesn't matter like which lane is falling behind. It just seems collectively as a unit that Novus Orsa is struggling just slightly today. They can't really find any sort of momentum between finding the invades. They probably should have committed towards that 5-man gank in the mid lane, finding something, and then going forward from there, yeah.
Yeah, just try and make the all-in play and make it some technically cheesy idea work for them. They could have gone for that, but right now, Novus also on the back foot. The Gold Fury is available, as are the Oracles on that left-hand side as well, but nobody really contesting them right now. Dzoni mid lane looking to pressure Frezzyy a little bit more as well. Right inside, Axioz looking for Sibi, but the minions get in the way, and Sibi's just happy to just walk back to his tower.
Mid lane, Terra's Blessing being procced defensively yet again, trying to run for his life. Frezzyy running towards the soul lane, but Dzoni with that speed buff, it's going to be relatively easy if he wants to commit to the Terra, but seeing Axioz right underneath, he wants to just go for the Hunbats instead.
Well, Frezzyy was trying to, set them up for Axioz, but I think it's Axioz who's the one in trouble running for his life right now. Dzoni's trying to give chase, but being chopped down by Rebound, jumps away from the hammer, but still Axioz will pick up the kill. Nice little play out of the jungle there. Frezzyy falls to DeathPanter after him staying around for a while, and Fusify into the dragon form, not going to pressure, he's going to fall back to the backside and make sure ShadowNightmare gets picked up as well.
The Kraken wasn't on the mark, the circle of protection not enough to save the life of ShadowNightmare, but now Rebound doesn't have Eagle's Rally, can jump away into safety against 4 members, trying to find a kill onto Fusify, but going back into the regular dwarf form, only Dzoni fell for 2 members.
Calculated there by Fusify, knew exactly how far away he had to be from that bludgeon on the auto attack just to make sure he wasn't AoE'd. 10-2. This is getting out of hand already, Tolu. It's kind of been the story for Novus Orsa all day, where they've fallen behind and just not had a way to get back in.
No, not at all. Dzoni has just been so annoying to deal with on this door. He even dove past so many members trying to kill Axioz, was a little bit too reckless to the point where he got himself too low and committed to the hammer instead of using the Anvil of Dawn into the hammer, which would have been a little bit safer. But either way, Optimus Gang with a very comfortable 3,000 gold lead. And Novus Orsa, at this point, you're looking at desperation mode coming out of the SPL team. You're looking at maybe forcing a gold.
Dzoni on the spot. He's right there now. ShadowNightmare's going to fall. Fusify, credit for the kill. It was all his setup. He walked through 2 members and went, I want you, ShadowNightmare. And ShadowNightmare, well, once again, he falls down after the Oracles go the way of Novus Orsa. But the Gold Fury is a different story. That started by Optimus Gang, as Sibi is going to fight 3.
Trying to just zone away while the rest of his team gets the gold here. This is what you want out of your soul lane, or FleuryQ right around the corner with the Petrify, but getting spotted out. Kraken. Kraken too strong.
What a great wall coming out. Sibi, meanwhile, still dancing with 3. No ultimate to get away this time round, but every second he can buy is a second for a rotation to turn up. I don't think he's going to get away in the end because they've had enough, and Rebound's like, you know what? Eagles rally to get the kill.
Once the tether was procced, you were guaranteed to either separate yourself away from the tether to avoid the stun, or you're going to get stunned. So that Eagles rally was necessary just to secure the kill. Sibi bought himself so much time, allowed his team to get the gold fear. Not only that, the speed buff was almost stripped away, so he didn't really give up too much because all that time that was spent trying to kill Sibi was all the time being spent not farming coming out of Novus Orsa.
Much better play coming out from Optimus Gang, but the speed buff stolen away by ShadowNightmare. It cost me Circle of Protection, and now Kespainify is over here using the Jing passive to close the gap, and Fusify hammer time once again. He gets another kill on ShadowNightmare. Axioz couldn't help, Frezzyy was out of mana as well, and that invade from Novus Orsa just cost him another life.
ShadowNightmare has to be careful with his positioning on this ice. He's jumping over the wall. Fusify finding the stun onto Axioz, trying to get away into safety, jumping into the tier 1. He'll be safe for now, but he has to back into base, which is going to sacrifice a little bit more farm potential.
Yeah, there's no pressure in the mid lane though, so unfortunately enough, Optimus Gang can't abuse the fact that Axioz has to base, as well as ShadowNightmare was still dead, so they just fall back. They're going to look to pressure it for a second now, but with Terra and Medusa turning up in the mid lane, they won't find the tier 1 tower they would have been after there. We've got a good enough lead already, though, totally for less than 10 minutes in.
Absolutely. It's about almost 4,000 goal lead, 3,500 to be exact, 3,000 experience to boot. As long as they keep slowly pressuring these side lanes without getting picked off and they have good ward vision, then they can continue rolling this forward. Like, Rebound can't even box Sibi anymore.
This is just a tale of what happens in the solo lane now. Osiris versus Bellona. If Osiris gets a lead, he's going to try and dominate early on. Rebound's just going to sit and farm up, and he's doing just that. If you notice, he's going in for the waves and leaving as soon as he can. If he's got a minion advantage, though, he'll take a trade.
And that's just been the story of solo lanes in general. Whoever makes the presence known first out of the jungle is going to dictate that solo lane matchup. This time around, it's been favoring out Sibi. Who knows, in the future, it could be the other case where Rebound gets more pressure out of Axioz.
Well, right-hand side, the root comes through from Frezzyy, hitting onto Sibi. Spirit Ball will follow it up, but it's not a whole lot of damage from ShadowNightmare there. Dzoni's getting a little bit too aggressive, missing that wall. Means the Fear No Evil comes out from Axioz, forcing the beads from Dzoni to fall back to base, and Sibi's still fine, but Sibi's hunting for more. He's thinking about it. Spirit Ball splits the uprights as Rebound's hanging around, but keep an eye on DeathPanter on that Poseidon. He's looking for an opportunity as the Eagles rally is baited out.
Nice job, Lord of the Afterlife, avoiding the Eagles rally. Fusify, though, with DeathPanter could catch Rebound. That's stuck between this Tier 1 and Tier 2. Dzoni has made the rotation as well. Nice little stun. The Whirlpool's going to prevent.
It's a Kraken!
And there it goes, another death onto Rebound. Nowhere to go without that Eagles rally. Great setup from Fusify to guarantee the maximum damage coming out of DeathPanter.
The Tier 1 tower did fall, though, in favor of Novus there on that right-hand side, so that relieves a little bit of pressure there.
That's his
but
jump.
Axioz is in
That's
trouble.
his jump.
Sibi's coming around the corner as well. Dzoni gets credit for the kill, and the Portal Demon is the attention of Optimus Gang. Yes, they lose the Tier 1 tower, but getting the Portal Demon will definitely even things out.
Absolutely. In fact, it's going to be a net gain of about 250 gold. 750 collectively as a team from Portal Demon, only 500 from a Tier 1 tower. Not to mention that Tier 1 tower isn't going anywhere in the soul lane for Novus Orsa, whereas that Portal Demon has a 5-minute respawn window, so it's going to benefit Optimus Gang heavily in the long term.
Looking good for Optimus to get themselves to that 2-win marker now, which will guarantee them a 3-way tie at the worst. It's just going to depend how the last game of today goes between the Pappies and Sangway. If Pappies win that and Optimus win this, it's the two Challenger Circuit teams that will make the Pro League. Shadow's dead again.
Yet again, the same story compared to the Jean Kui game. He's just out of position. He's playing these mages that don't have these natural escapes, that rely very heavily on a lot of assistance, trying to assist his support player with an Eagles rally. It's not going to be enough.
No, the wall just came down perfectly from Dzoni there, and now it's Rebound versus 4, surrounded from every angle, all on his own. And there's only so much Bellona can do. She likes a good fight, but not against that many targets.
No, there's just too many players there, even for a Bellona to take on just a little bit under level. The FleuryQ is the target for Dzoni and DeathPanter, petrified just to deter a little bit of time. The Lord of the Afterlife finds it.
Axioz gets 1, may get 2 off this if he can find the monkey bouncer, just the in-hand, but the peel is so good, and eventually Kespainify can get away. DeathPanter picks up his 4th kill of the game.
And that's an unofficial deicide coming out of Optimus Gang. They're still grouped up in the mid lane, trying to find a little bit of extra some in the form of that Tier 1 mid tower.
With minions coming in though, Frezzyy goes for the dash, caught nicely by Fusify there, but they can't get the Tier 1 tower, so Frezzyy does a good job of defending that. For the time being, the Gold Fury could be looked at next by Optimus Gang. Surprised Novus don't go for this, just realizing that everybody had banked on the side of Optimus.
It's just too low was Kespainify, but playing the Jing way with that passive, he's getting back into the jungle very easily and could also spot from over the walls while you're using that passive to see if you see any particles being deployed around that area. Not seeing it, making the call is Kespainify, so that's going to allow Optimus Gang to go for their second Gold Fury very soon.
Well, it's my first Rage I've seen so far from my point of view in competitive play. Kespainify on that Jing way, picking that Rage up. Gives you bonus crit as you get more kills and assists in the game as well, so it tops out nicely. Add that into the fact that your explosive bolts also gives you critical chance. There's no wonder you're going to see the rise of the gods that enjoy crit builds.
Exactly, especially considering just how far ahead Optimus Gang is. This is just allowing them to win these team fights so heavily that it makes it very easy. And at 5 like you get 1 stack per kill or per assist as well. So you're going to have a maximum of 10% additional crit once you get those 5 stacks.
Yeah, so it does add up as well with the explosive bolts there. Tier 1 mid tower does fall down the way of Optimus Gang. In the jungle, Rebound's going to meet Dzoni, and Dzoni's 2 levels ahead of the solo laner. And just look at how much that Bellona is getting chunked. Talk about chunking, Fear No Evil out, but a nice knockback from DeathPanter buys him time as Axioz cannot escape Kespainify, who picks up the kill. Dzoni in mid lane just going to show his face one more time. There's just kills all over the map, and they're all in favor of Optimus Gang.
Oh, the poke onto Rebound made it so easy for Dzoni to use that Anvil of Dawn in the backline to find the cleanup kill. I'm sorry, for Sibi to find Lord of the Afterlife onto the kill, onto the Bellona. And with that amount of pressure from Optimus Gang, finding those 2 kills, they're going for the Fire Giant. No contention from Novus Orsa. Orsa.
Less than 15 minutes in, and the whole team with the Fire Giant. We've only a tier 1 tower on the left and right still to bring down. I'd like to see him just barrel down the left-hand side now, Toli. Take the Phoenix on the left-hand side. There's no goal for you for a little while. Then swing towards the mid lane.
Gotta go for something here if you're Novus Orsa. If you know that Optimus Gang are on the right, at least get the tier 1 on the left. Commit to something. Stay as a unit. If you're gonna play together, then just fight together, die together, go for the objective together as a unit.
Go to Challenger Cup together.
And that's what exactly is going to happen if they lose it. Well, even if they win this game,
anyway.
yeah, they already have 2
It was
losses.
already happening. Mid lane, bit of pressure from ShadowNightmare onto DeathPanter, but with a 2-level lead, Panther's going to crack him in the face, and ShadowNightmare wanted a quick trip back to base one more time.
Well, he's not worth any gold, though. Having this many consecutive deaths.
I like the play attempt. Like, to be fair, there was not much Shadow can do there. If he gets the kill, it gives him a lot of bonus gold because of the shutdown bonus from Panther being 4, 1, and 10 at that point.
It's just tactical feeding, but trying to dodge the backline is going to be the Bellona and the Batz. It's a 2-on-3. DeathPanter taking a lot of damage there.
He's still alive.
No Kraken.
He's still alive, and he'll get himself another kill. Now Frezzy's next on the list. Let's go, Frezzyy. No, no, yes, no. No.
Juking, dodging, dipping, diving, doing all the Ds, but can't really get away from Dzoni on this speed while Terra's Blessing has been expanded.
Killing Panther.
1 kill.
Panther gets
to
the
rule
kill
them all.
25-4, and Optimus Gang are in complete control of this game. Novus are just going in one by one like lemmings right now, and ShadowNightmare is going back to base once more.
Deleted. No purification beat. Still level 11, so doesn't even have that second relic slot for the Aegis. Wouldn't have even mattered at this point. Optimus Gang with Fire Giant for still 2 more minutes around their waists. Have a very commanding 13, almost 14,000 gold lead.
It's at this point that I'm saying just F6. I really am. You know me, Tony. I'm the one that will always be like, come on.
Dude. I know you.
Like, come on, you've always got a way back into this.
If this was a rank game, I'm F6ing like 10 minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah, 7, what was it, 7-1?
Yeah,
I was
6.5 minutes in.
And they were down 3,000 to 4,000 gold after that Gold Fury.
When you look at your solo laner and your mid laner, and they're both 0-8, you know you're not going to have the greatest of games. Who can we help? FleuryQ, you're our hope now, Fleury. FleuryQ's only died once. Rebound goes in with an Eagle's Rally, followed by a Fear No Evil, but nobody takes damage apart from the members of Novus Orsa. FleuryQ in the sky, the hero we need. He's going to get crashed on, I should say, from Dzoni. And even FleuryQ can't stand the might of Optimus Gang right now. The new Ranganger here.
Axioz getting zoned away. 3 members dead for Novus Orsa. Nothing that they can really do, despite nice positioning out of Axioz on the Fear No Evil. ShadowNightmare wasn't even in that team fight because if he was, he would have just died anyway, honestly. He's been the absolute target coming out of Optimus Gang, and for a good reason. This ISIS has been so easy for Thor on Dzoni to be able to just lock down with these tectonic rifts every single time.
Tier 1 tower mid will fall for Novus. Meanwhile, the Phoenix for Optimus Gang will fall their way. Rebound can't do anything against the whole team, and they backdoored that as well without any minions.
And I mean, for good reason too, with the Fire Giant buff. You don't really have that late game form of 5-6 items, but you don't need it either coming out of Optimus Gang when you have 5 members without any contention.
Okay, Tolly, here's the question now. Who on Novus dies the most this game? Don't look. Oh, the cameraman brought it back up.
I was going to say ShadowNightmare, but I didn't really realize that Rebound died 9 times.
Who's going to get to 10? That's the question. Will 2 of them get to 10?
No. I'm going to say this next team fight is going to dictate it all. Rebound is probably going to die with ShadowNightmare, so he'll hit the 10 kill marker or 10 death marker before.
If Novus get 2 kills in the next team fight, I'll be impressed.
If they get 1 kill, I'll be impressed.
Wow, I can see him getting 1. I can see him getting 1.
Not if Optimus Gang are all 5 together grouped up.
Okay, we'll see. Fusify, the hero we need on the Fafnir, looking to give Rebound his 10th of the game. We'll wait for Kespainify to join him, though, with the Fire Minions now pushing him from middle and the right-hand side, too. It looks like Optimus Gang not going to mess around too much, though, Tolly. They want to play this safe still. They're a little bit worried. It still matters to them. They're going to look for a pick if they can.
Looking for something with the wall from Dzoni. They find it onto Frezzyy, still doing a lot of damage with just a double tap and a few ticks out of the Berserker Barrage, and that's all they really need to now go for this Fire Giant that's about to respawn in 15 seconds.
Yep, and will anyone from Novus turn up here? Because I think it would be Rebound first one in, and Rebound still on his number 10. He could die a 10th time here. I don't think he wants to, but he will lead in, and waiting around the corner is the squad.
Still looking for something here. Rebound.
Hey,
Eagles rallying away from the Kraken.
He lived! Not number 10 just yet, but the Fire Giant will be number 2 of that going the way of Optimus Gang now. Nobody on the side of Novus Orsa available to really contest this one whatsoever. And the final push could be here, totally. This could be the final push unless the unthinkable happens.
Everybody would have to get disconnected from Optimus Gang in order for that to happen.
Don't talk about that in relegations. That's happened before. Dzoni versus 3. Smashes onto 2. Looks towards Axioz. So to rebound. Has to disengage again. Fusify coming around the corner. The rest of Optimus Gang, though, they're swinging to the left-hand side looking for that final Phoenix. But Fusify's looking for the kill. Can he find it?
The Fafnir looking for, he's going to go into the Draconic form just a zone away. Right side Phoenix not respawning anytime soon, but all this pressure has been used to allow the rest of the Optimus Gang members to grab this left side Phoenix, or at least position themselves a little bit closer.
Dzoni versus 4, jukes out the Spirit Ball, jumps away, walls off Axioz, Fear No Evil, though different story. The Aegis absorbs the damage. Axioz could be the last one to fall, and he will die there to Dzoni, who played that very well with the support of Fusify. And now rebound number 9, number 10. I'm sorry, buddy. You go down. ShadowNightmare could be the next one on the list, but he's going to hang in the fountain. He doesn't want any more deaths. But the Titan, that could be the last death in the way of Optimus Gang. The Kraken celebratory puts Optimus Gang in to the potential spot of going through now.
All they
Guaranteed
really need,
tie.
all they need is Poppies to win this next game against Sanguine to avoid a three-way
But then
tie.
Sanguine go out too.
That's
Is
true.
that imaginable? Sanguine and Novus both going out here? 2 Challenger Cup teams going up? It's never happened before, at least from my experience.
Well, we're about to find out as we get into the next game relatively soon.
Yeah, relatively soon we'll see exactly what happens here. Sanguine versus Poppies. Poppies win, Poppies and Optimus Gang make the Pro League. If Sanguine win, we got a 3-way tie. We'll be staying here all night to find out which two will be making it. We'll be back after the break with that last game.